And now, WFXR presents Hardee's Friday Night Blitz, powered by Hardee's and by Aquarius Pools and Outdoor Living.
Yes. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jermaine Farrell, hoping your day is wonderful and blessed like butter. Let's get on a roll, baby, for Week 6 of the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz. It's the midpoint of the regular season. We have highlights from 13 games. We kick things off over at Salem Stadium in Salem as the Spartans, fresh off their first win of the season, hosting the undefeated 5-0 Patrick Henry Patriots. Now, Salem, they've dominated this series, leading at 24-13-2. Spartans have won 12 of the last 13 meetings, including last year at PH. But the Patriots this year, they've held 4 of their 5 opponents without an offensive touchdown. In fact, they have only given up 2 offensive touchdowns all season. Salem Stadium, the place we go, the captains exchanging pleasantries, but on special teams, on the punt, Patriots, Cam Hairston-Taylor. Cam takes it 74 yards to the house on the punt return, 7-0 PH. But in Salem, QB Jaden Rudisil, he's going to drop back to pass. He's going to get a supersized cup of Haterade. Interception, Jalik Scott. By Scott, he's got it. Meanwhile, PH Jake Painter, he's going to pass it over to Hairston-Taylor, but he's going to cough up the football right here, and Salem's Jaden Wood recovers and takes it into the red zone. A few plays later, it's Spartans Toll and Saul with the 2-yard plunge. We are tied at 7. But after that, it was all PH. Demarion Purdue is going to run to the outside, taking in for the 2-yard toward PH with a 14-7 lead to the second quarter. Salem's Ethan Golphin, he's going to get a block party, courtesy of Patrick Henry's Tyree Conley, and PH set up for business. Then a little bit later, how about more Purdue? What can he do for you? How about an 8-yard score to the outside, 21-7 PH. Patriots go to 6-0 with a victory over the Spartans, 49-7. It is PH's first win at Salem Stadium since 1994. Meanwhile, over at Bogle Stadium, the K-Spring Knights hosting the Blacksburg Bruins in River Ridge District action. Start of second quarter, and it's going to be Jaden Hollins for K-Springs finds Kale Flannery for an 38-yard score or pass play to get K-Spring in the red zone. Then, a couple of quick downs later, it's going to be Madden Babbage. He's going to get the call. He's going to break the plane of the goal line, gets it in, 7-0 Knights. But back come the Bruins. How about Jacob Hendricks? He's going to take this quick pitch from Mac Truck Strom, who goes to the outside. The pylon gets it in. The extra point is blocked, and K-Spring would still lead 7-6. But the last play of the first half is going to be Ethan Loudermilk. He's going to drill this 35-yard field goal, putting Blacksburg ahead 9-7. But it was the Knights. They came back and got the win tonight over the Bruins, 15-12. Going to the scoreboard, Christiansburg, they get their first win on the season, beating Pulaski 34-31. Appomattox evens their record at 3-3 with a 62-13 win over Chatham. Alta Vista, they're 4-2, a 65-14 win over Dan River. Nelson County, they're 4-1 with a 56-12 win over William Campbell. Meanwhile, matinee football from Willis Field. The North Cross Raiders, fresh off their 62-point win over Blue Ridge, hosting Hardee Military. This is the Raiders' first game at Willis Field since the opener back on August 22nd. Then Jackson Keys turns his way in for the score. North Cross goes up 7-0. More Keys, please. And guess what he's going to do? He's going to take the handoff and does work. 13-0 North Cross. But then Samuel Bauer, depending on what you want to call it, going to hook up with DeMarcus Brown, and he's going to get the score in for the touchdown. 21-0 North Cross. Then Jaziel Hart for North Cross runs the ball in for the score. 33-0 North Cross. Second straight game, the Raiders put a 60 spot on the board, winning 63-7 over the Tigers. Meanwhile, over at Vineyard Park, Roanoke Catholic celebrating their homecoming, hosted Montcalm. The Celtics enter the game a perfect 5-0 against the crew of West Virginia. 21-0, Roanoke Catholic with the lead, and Yahay Harrison takes the rock. He's going to outrun the defenders in for the easy score, 27-0 Roanoke Catholic. Then a little trickery on the point after. Mason Williams, he's going to find Chance Williams with a 2-point conversion, 29-0 Catholic. But in Montcalm, they're going to strike back. This is Tyler Stevenson, pushes the pile in for the short touchdown, 29-6 Roanoke Catholic. And then how about Yahay Harrison flexing his way into the zone? He's going to get one in to the outside for that touchdown, 35-6 Roanoke Catholic. The Celtics bounce back. They get the win 35-6. Meanwhile, to the scoreboard, Allegheny stays a perfect 5-0 with a 41-16 win over Stewart's Draft. Halifax County wins over Mecklenburg, even their record at 3-3, 29-14. Buffalo Gap winning over Rockbridge 55-9, and Bassett 4-2 on the year, 63-6 win over Tunstall. Coming up on the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz with all your action, Ryan Moy joins me with a look at a change in the schedule for the Northside Vikings. Plus, the George Washington Eagles make their trip to Northwest Roanoke to play William Fleming Colonels. Stick and stay, please.
Now, Hardee's Friday Night Blitz Band of the Week. And now, Hardee's Friday Night Blitz is back.
All right, folks, WFXR Sports anchor Ryan Moy, he's in the house. He was right around the corner from the stadium, Viking Stadium, for an unexpected game for Northside.
Well, you know, this is the first ever meeting between Northside and Rappahannock. The game was put together after Northside's home game last week against Galax was canceled due to the lack of players and injuries by the Maroon Tide. 2 weeks ago, Northside suffered their first loss of the season to Glenver. Rappahannock at 5-0 has a strong offense, averaging, Jermaine, 63 points per game, including a 63-10 win at Middlesex. Well, let's head to Jim Hickam Field. Raiders at Vikings, though. First quarter, Raiders trying to pick up the first, but you know what the Vikings said? I'm gonna hold that line.
I'll hold the line.
Wait, hold up. But of course, refs got to bring out the sticks, but it's officially Northside ball.
No index card there, Ryan.
Hey, man, I'm saying, but Vikings striking, look at this in striking distance, 3rd and goal. That's Casey Hall with the keeper. They'll miss the extra point, though. Vikings with the 6-0 lead. 3rd quarter now, Raiders trying to get something going, but look at that, the handoff was bobbled, and it's Christopher King.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness, with the scoop and the score.
Nice.
Defense, of course, wins games, especially over at Northside. Tonight, it's 18-7, the final. Well, staying in North Roanoke, the George Washington Eagles visiting William Fleming Colonels. GW coming off of a win at home over Lord Botetourt, while William Fleming was off last week. Homecoming night.
Yes.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
Crown them, won't you? Just crown them.
Well, for Fleming, visitors didn't care about that, though. GW scores first. Junior running back Alexander Brandon, he bowls his way in from the 1. GW up 7-0. Fleming get right back at it. Colonels QB Jasir Preston. Look at that. Quarterback draw, 21 yards. Look at that. That's Pater right there, all tied up.
Straight money.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It would be back and forth, but look at this. Late in the game, leading 16-13, 2 minutes on the clock. GW Steven Linder, well, he runs it in from 8 yards out. They gave Danville a 20-16 lead, but Fleming looked like they might pull ahead, driving late into GW territory. But look at that.
Whoa.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, man.
Look at that.
That's tough one
That's
right there.
disaster. That's disaster. But check this one out. It's okay. It's okay. We can keep going through the highlights. It's okay.
Yeah, I think they're rolling it
It's
the wrong
okay.
way, Ryan.
GW
Yeah,
makes this one work.
That's right.
And they come out on top, and that is a 27-16 win.
That's right.
But it's pretty awesome because the Eagles are now 4-1 on this season, while the Colonels, well, they fall to 2-3 overall. Jermaine?
Yeah, GW is looking pretty impressive on the season. Meanwhile, Floyd County, they go to 5-0 on the year with a 21-14 win over Patrick County. And James River, they come back and they beat Martinsville. They were trailing in that when they come back win 35-34. Perry McClure, they go to 4-2 with a 35-16 win over Smith Valley Christian Academy. And it is Eastern Montgomery winning over Bland 50-12. So Eastern Montgomery, they get a score on the board. Meanwhile, Ryan, over at Bob Patterson Stadium in Vinton, it was a battle of 3-1 teams. William Byrd Terriers hosting Rockford Bobcats. Now, it's been a while since the last time these two teams. You got to go back to my sophomore year in high school.
89.
September the 8th, 1989.
Hey, man, I was 2. Okay.
He was a little baby.
Hey,
Radford won that.
87.
Won at William Byrd 41-13. Radford, they won the last 4 meetings. William Byrd's last win in the series, you have to go back to September 14, 1984. In Radford, 28-23. A lot of stuff. Do you remember?
Hey, a little bit of that EWF.
September.
It's all about the elements, baby.
That's right. Good stuff.
Well, last week, Radford won at home over James River 38-22. William Byrd was off after losing the previous week at Bassett 44-35. There is a special connection in this game, though. The late Norm Lindenberg was the head coach at one time at both schools. William Byrd from 1962 to 64. That was 3 seasons. And at Radford from, goodness gracious, 1970 to 2006. What is that? That's
37 years.
37 years.
Seasons right there. Well, meanwhile, let's go to Vinton. So we go to all the action. Speaking of the late, great Coach Norman Lindbergh, he was honored before the game as his family got a special football plus a special coin honoring Coach Lindbergh. That was used for the coin flip.
Oh, that's cool.
So let's go to the action in the first quarter. It's going to be Radford. How about Cannon Lutz? Going to hand off to James Toller. You know he's going to be in a highlight. Plows his way in to give the first score of the game for Byrd, 7-0. Then to the second quarter, Mr. Moy. It's Lutz. He's going to hand off to Toller again, for whom the bell tollers.
Okay.
Did you like that?
I like that.
I threw it in real quick.
I like that
Touchdown.
one.
14
I like
Byrd.
that.
And William Byrd, they go on and get the dub tonight over Radford, 35-7.
All right, well, you know what time it is. It's Glenver time. Glenver 5-0 on the season, hosting a 4-1 Carroll County team. They haven't lost 2 in 7
game day
meetings. That's impressive. Carroll County, though, Jaden Brown runs it in to give the Cavaliers the early lead. But then Glenver responds. You already know what name I'm saying. It's Brody Doyat. Well, he does what he does best. This man is like a PlayStation 5 game. Seriously.
That's right. He hit the X button there.
Yeah, he ties it up right there. Doyat still doing big things. This time he finds his brother Trey. Look at that downfield. Another TD.
Yes.
Of course. And then Brody Doyat, well, he sends it to Cooper Mullins.
Yes.
Coop, there it is.
Hey, Coop.
Right there. That's what I'm talking about.
And then he spins out.
Hey, that's a soccer state champ right there.
Oh, yeah.
All the way to the house.
He's trying to get a football championship.
That's
there.
what I'm talking about. Glenver keeps the streak going, winning 44-19. Oh, my goodness.
Good stuff right then and there. We're speaking of good stuff coming up next on the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz Week 6 action. We have our game of the week from Pearisburg. Giles hosting Auburn. Plus, we make our first ever trip to Rural Retreat, where the Indians, they host PH Glade Spring. More Blitz coming up on the other side.
And now, WFXR Sports presents Hardee's Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week.
Well, Hardee's Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week takes us to Pearisburg for a pair of teams on 4-game winning streaks after losing their openers. The Giles Spartans hosting the Auburn Eagles. Giles leads the series 27-1, and then Giles have won the last 20 meetings. To the land of the bandanas we go for this Mountain Empire District matchup. Giles leading this one 45-14 in the third, and Auburn's Cameron Branch finds Isaiah Hammond. He takes it 63 yards to the house, cutting the Giles lead to 45-21. But then Giles will respond a minute later. How about this run coming about by Jalen Miller? Takes it 27 yards, outside, inside, all the sides. Touchdown, extends the Spartan lead to 52-21. And in the end, it's going to be a win for Giles. They win this one tonight by the final score of 59-27. So let's hear from the victorious Spartans.
The kids are playing hard. I'm very proud of them. I wouldn't say dominate yet. You know, we're playing some good ball right now. But, you know, the boys, they're playing really hard. I'm very proud of the boys. The coaching staff, they do a great job. So it's fun. Okay, we're still improving. We got a lot of room to improve.
So Giles improved to 5-1 on the season. Meanwhile, let's go to the scoreboard. Holston getting the win over Fort Chiswell, 47-13. Craig County, they're 5-0 on the year, 54-0 shutout over Stonewall Jackson. Chilhowie goes to 5-1, 22-7 win over Honaker. And then coming up tomorrow in Marion as they'll visit Graham for a 1 o'clock kickoff Saturday. Well, over at City Stadium in Lynchburg, the Heritage Pioneers hosting the Thomas Jefferson High School out of Richmond. This is the first ever meeting between the teams. This is a formidable matchup for the Pioneers. 3 of Thomas Jefferson's 4 wins have been shutouts, including the win over Booker T 61-0. Meanwhile, the Heritage Pioneers have won their last 3 games by an average score of 49-10. To the Hill City we go. We pick up things in the third. It's 12-7 Heritage, and Aiden Slash. He's going to slash his way through traffic, gets it all the way before he was knocked out of the end, before he hits the end zone. He hands it off to David Bradley, and Bradley gets the score. Heritage up 18-7. Then Thomas Jefferson dropping back, looking to make something happen. The ball's batted up, and Makai Barksdale and Tyler Harlitz brings it out for the interception. That sets up this quarterback play again. It's Aiden Slash. I love his name because he's going to almost dropped down, got back up, made the move, touchdown, 25-7. The Pioneers, they get the win over Thomas Jefferson tonight out of Richmond, 25-7. Staying in Lynchburg, the defending Class 3 champs in Liberty Christian taking on a Franklin County team, a perfect 6-0 against. LCA has won 2 in a row, while the Eagles, they've lost their last 2. How about Jaden Cowart? He's going to take the rock, and he's going to get the pitch to the outside, and he gets it in for the touchdown, 7-0 in favor of LCA. And then Winston Davenport hooks up with Daniel Ramsey, and he does the rest, breaks in the clear. We're tied at 7. Then LCA, Jaden Cowart is going to take the rock. He's going to run it hard, making moves. The bigger the cuts, the bigger the rhyme. And he gets it right just before he scores. But then Luke Gaither gets the touchdown there. 14-7 LCA. The Bulldogs open it up the second half. They win over the Eagles by the score of 41-14. We make our first appearance ever in Rural Retreat. The Indians hosting Patrick Glade Spring. We open up things for the Indians, and it's that quarterback there, Chaz Penwright. The price is Penwright. He's going to run to the outside, and he gets one in the zone. That would make it a 6-0 lead from 29 yards out. But then PH Glade Spring trying to answer, but on 4th down, Jebediah Stewart, he's going to get no soup for you. He's not even going to have an opportunity as Trevor Shelton and Caleb Gibson get the turnovers. But Rural Retreat, they're going to opt to roll the dice on 4th instead of kick a field goal. But in the end, it would not happen. But Rural Retreat, they go on and get a big win tonight as they get the win tonight over PH Glade Spring. That's 34-0 in the final. Our final set of highlights, we stay in Wythe County as we're going to go to Wytheville. George Wythe Maroons hosting the Bluefield Beavers out of West Virginia. Pick things up in the second half. Maroons open with a near 8-minute opening drive, and they get nothing as Cade Brawley stuffed on 4th and goal. And then the Beavers, on the last play of the third, George Wythe quarterback Isaac Smith trying to make something happen here, but he is just going to get sacked on the play. And in the end, it was the Bluefield Beavers. They come to George Wythe, and they get the win over George Wythe, 40-21.
And now, WFXR presents Hardee's Friday Night Blitz Player of the Week.
Well, this week's athlete and his squad got a little bit of revenge. Not only did he put up 2 scores through the air, but he also ran it in for 4 touchdowns as well. That is 6 TDs in total, and his team's 68-6 win over Blue Ridge last Friday. And guess what? He's your player of the week.
Tristan Lang, quarterback and linebacker, North Cross School. It was a big revenge week, so we have had this game circled all year. So we've been preparing all week, all year pretty much, and we just went out there and we played our game. Everything was going well for us. It was a really good team win, so it was really nice to get the revenge that we won it last year from the state championship, because that feeling was not the greatest at all. I mean, it was honestly crazy. From the start, when I scored on the first play, it was like, yeah, this is our game. We got the ball. We wanted the ball all week. We were like, we're gonna go down there, we're gonna punch it in, we're gonna set the tone. And the whole game was just us doing what we do. And it was just really exciting, because we thought it was just gonna be like a battle. Everyone was just gonna be head-to-head, score against score. We knew we had, the better guys, but we just had to actually go out there and perform and do what we do like usual. I feel like playing with our brothers, like we always know, like it's not 1 against 11. We're always gonna have our 11 guys on the field, our guys on the bench too. Everyone's preparing, everyone wants the same goal. Everyone here is here for a reason, and they have the goal.
What does it mean to you when you put that North Cross jersey?
It means a lot. It really just, like, when I'm on the field, I just know that I have everyone behind me, and that's kind of what I get at North Cross. Is like, it's just a whole big family, the whole school. We're all close. Everybody knows everybody, so it just means a lot to put a North Cross jersey on, no matter what sport it is.
And now, Hardee's Friday Night Blitz Aquarius Pools Splash Play of the Week, sponsored by Aquarius Pools and Outdoor Living.
All right, folks, we're going to go to Salem Stadium for the splashy play of the night or the week. Cam Taylor, Hairston Taylor zooming his way down the sideline. The first score of the night, and PH didn't look back as they beat Salem for the first time at Salem Stadium since 1994. Meanwhile, college football action coming your way this weekend. Greensboro will be at Southern Virginia Saturday at 1. Also at 1 o'clock, Washington Lee at Hampton-Sydney at 1 o'clock. Shorter at Ferrum. That's a 1 o'clock kickoff. Then at 1:30, UT Chattanooga at VMI, Randolph-Macon with a 2 o'clock game at Salem Stadium. That's a big one there for Roanoke taking on Randolph-Macon. And then the 24th ranked Virginia Cavaliers, they'll be at Louisville at 3:30. And here's the Fox schedule coming up Saturday at noon. College football action, Wisconsin at Michigan. Major League Baseball, American League Divisional Series at 3:30. And then Colorado at TCU at 7:30 on Saturday. And then Sunday at NFL doubleheader, the Dallas Cowboys and New York Jets at 1. Washington at the LA Chargers at 4:25. Also, don't forget, Virginia Tech Hokies will be on CW Virginia.
Yes,
for the
sir.
second straight week one. They will face the Wake Forest Demon Deacons. That kickoff set for 1 o'clock right on the CW Virginia. So another impressive night of high school football.
I know. You know what? I heard that our friend, the law firm, Mr. Charlie Davis, is one of the captains for tomorrow's game.
That'd be big-time stuff.
Roanoke Ridge.
Anyway, guess what? That does it for another edition of Hardee Friday Night Blitz. You miss anything? Check it out on WFXRTV.com. For Ryan Moore, Miriam Chamberlain, the entire crew here at WFXR.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
Jermaine Farrell. Hope all of your teams are winners. Have a wonderful and blessed night and weekend, everybody.